Hello everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie. I just wanted to share with all of you something that I've recently found on YouTube, and I'm super excited. So for those of you who are homeschool parents, you may have heard the term Charlotte Mason homeschool before. I know very little of her story in particular, but I do have heard lots of people talking about it on YouTube actually, and I've been really appreciative of her how she approached education for children. And for me, it isn't about following her example to a T so much as taking on board some of the things that she talks about, like the idea of homeschooling, including things like training your kids on how to form habits that are healthy and good and will provide them with skills down the road as adults, but also as they're doing schoolwork, like a full attention span or trying your best and doing your best and not just kind of quickly getting it done because you don't want to be doing it. So that's a big thing for me, is that I appreciate that. But she also talks a lot about short lessons for kids in school, and I certainly saw this with my girls going to school, is that as the lessons and the time in the classroom grew longer and longer and longer, the less they necessarily fully took on board and understood. And so Charlotte Mason, from my understanding, is she said, each lesson should be short and sweet, and then it's something that they take into life and do in life, and then you come back and you do the same lesson or a similar lesson, short and sweet, and you might add something too. And so I've really found that really helpful as I've been looking at curriculums and stuff like that, and trying to make it less about the busy work that my girls struggled with in school and more about a concentrated, here's what you need to know, and then let them mull it over and figure it out and make connections with other things so that it sticks better in their brains. So the thing that I wanted to share with you was a YouTube channel called Simply Charlotte Mason. And I'm going to share a couple of different videos down below that I thought were really particularly good. One of them was planning your homeschool. Now that I'm not just homeschooling a special needs child, which everything is adaptable and you can't stick to one curriculum and stay with it because special needs doesn't work that way. I have two girls who are typical, and so I needed to change how I was going to plan my year, because now I needed to finish a select group of pages of math, for instance, or language arts, and I needed to do a whole bunch more subjects and make sure that they fit. Now thankfully God brought me to Gather Around Homeschool, which does all the 9, well, more than that, but all the subjects, and kind of puts them together in one package, which is something I can do with all of my children at once, which I love. But at the same time, I need to make sure that, I challenge my daughter in spelling because she gets spelling and reading like this, but I need her to realize that there's more to learn and it's exciting to learn more. For my younger daughter, I need to help her learn how to put her letters in the right direction. I need to keep working on her spelling because she is an emerging reader, but she's not quite there yet. She doesn't like reading, and so I need to foster that love of reading and that confidence in her. And so this is what I'm appreciating about this channel, is that there's some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, but just the discussion about how to do that and still keep it Charlotte Mason, short and concise pockets of learning, and then letting them be children. The other video that I will share is one about getting weary. And if you've been spending any time on my channel, you will know that November, December was particularly, and into January was particularly hard for me, because I was getting bogged down with my one child who is special needs child, and just recognizing what you need to do and the at the end of the day, that video was, my child doesn't do this yet, or I am not doing this yet. And so there's always that hope that you're going to be able to move forward and then bring those things on board, and your children will learn those things, especially for special needs. Your child will do it eventually, or they will do it, they don't do it yet. And you'll notice that that doesn't put a time frame on it. They might be 24 before they do it, but it's an idea that you are not reaching for some unachievable goal because you are driving it, and that's what kind of bogs us down and gets us down. And if you're a sunrise parent watching this, as I got more tired, I realized that I was distilling everything down to my output equals my son's possible futures. And the burden of that, as I got more tired and my output was getting smaller and smaller and smaller, I'm like, I'm failing him. So I really have been appreciating watching this channel for the information that they're giving. So I wanted to share that with you. You might be like me, you don't know a lot about Charlotte Mason. You might know a lot more. That's okay. I think this is for everybody, to let everybody know that if you're homeschooling, this journey doesn't have to look the same for everybody. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that you enjoy that channel as much as I do. Thanks for spending time with me. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.